Nyeri National Polytechnic is holding its first ever international research conference at the facility. Now, the three-day conference that starts this morning has brought together a number of technical and vocational training institutions. Our reporter, Ibrahim Karanja, now joins us live with an update. Ibrahim Karanja, good morning. Kindly bring us up to date with what you have.
Well, good morning, Brenda. We are at the Nyeri Nyeri National Polytechnic, where, as we are currently, or what is happening currently, is that different students and different individuals are showcasing their innovation, technological innovation of what they've been able to actually come up with. This is, of course, the start of the first international research conference here at the Nyeri National Polytechnic, and actually a conference that brings together, like you have mentioned, a number of institutions. And looking at the program, it seems to be having a very interesting sub-themes that are actually happening here. And Brenda, what you can see right behind me is a smart car that has just been innovated here at the Nyeri National Polytechnic. Notice that the moment it gets close to me, it stops. They say it has actually ways of sensing whenever something is right in front of it and stops by itself. So actually shows that it cannot really run into something. And the theme of this particular first international research conference at the Nyeri National Polytechnic is attaining sustainable growth through science, research, technology, and innovation. And I want to engage some of the people who are actually involved in the planning or will be taking part in this particular conference to understand perhaps how far they have gone, the reach, the number of institutions that will be here, and of course shed some more lights on the presence of PS in the State Department of Vocational Training, Dr. Julius Wan, who will also be here. Thank you so much for speaking to us. You're live on KTN News. You may want to tell us, this is the first international research conference at the Nyeri National Polytechnic. You may want to tell us the reach, how many institutions we are expecting here, and shed some more light on the conference. Start with your name and designation.
Thank you very much. My name is Mary Macharia. I am the Deputy Principal in charge of administration at the Polytechnic. Today we start hosting the first international research conference at the Nyeri National Polytechnic. This is the first we have ever had, and therefore we are excited and we are happy about it. Like has been said, we have our theme, and our theme is attaining sustainable growth through science, research, technology, and innovation. In line with this theme, we also have other sub-themes that will feature throughout the conference. The conference starts today, 11th of March, and will end on Friday, 13th of March. And we are expecting quite a number of TVET institutions to grace this occasion. Basically, what we are dealing with is in the line of TVET, Technical Vocational Education and Training, and therefore already we have a few arrivals here. We have some of these institutions, especially the ones from this region. Majority of them are here already. We are expecting some from other regions, and they will be coming in throughout the conference. We have keynote speakers who will address a variety of issues in the line of research, in the line of science, innovations. We also have presenters who will be presenting papers, again in the same line alongside our theme. Other than just the theme, we also are addressing certain cross-cutting issues. We know the issue of corruption in our country is quite a hot topic right now. So we'll be addressing a cross-cutting issue on the corruption eradication. We also have something on resource mobilization and utilization, and we also have curbing radicalization. Those are just cross-cutting issues alongside our sub-themes.
Thank you. You may want to shed some light on the extent of research or the level of involvement in research of TVET students across the country, given that we are even seeing, leave alone the technical and vocational training centers, but also universities. The level of research, actually they're saying that we are not putting much emphasis on research. Perhaps, what is the situation in TVETs?
Thank you very much. With the TVET institutions, we are actually now trying very hard to push our levels up. I confess, we have not done a lot, but we have really picked now. This being our first, the other institutions who are doing their 8th. So you can see there's quite a bit of research that has been going on. And in the process of research, we are able to also innovate. And you find we have in the technical area, in the TVET area, we have annual TVET, where we showcase the innovations, TVET fairs, where we showcase the innovations in all our institutions. They are organized at regional levels. The colleges compete and finally go to the national levels. So as a result of research, they're able to come up with innovations. So that is the far we have gone for now.
Thank you. Allow me to bring in your colleague. Kindly tell us your name and designation, and then you can as well tell us perhaps what should we be looking out for from this particular conference. 3 days, what do you think for you stands out? What should we be looking out for?
Thank you very much. My name is Jane Joke. I'm in charge of performance contracting in the Nyeri National Polytechnic. I was also involved in the organizing of this committee. And as an organizing member, we are very grateful that has taken off. And with our theme, we are very hopeful that whatever outcomes that are going to come from this this conference, we are going to have to come up with something very good as a result of it. Then, in our theme, we have allowed 45 presenters with different papers and who will have different outcomes that are going to be discussed. And when they are discussed, of course, there are going to be the solutions and recommendations. With those recommendations, some of them are cutting across many issues in the country, and I believe that if they are taken up, they are going to help the country move forward. Secondly, we have innovations for our students who have done the innovations. So we believe that with the innovations, we can also attract some funding agencies who can be able to boost our students with whatever they have innovated, and then they can start industries towards self-reliance through self-employment. So with that, we believe that the economy of the country is going to move up. Yes.
With the 45 presenters that you have mentioned who will be presenting different research papers, perhaps how many are from the Nyeri National Polytechnic?
We have 8 from the Nyeri National Polytechnic in the different categories, and we have innovations allowed, 10 innovations from the departments, as you can see behind me. So we have quite a lot. Yeah, but we are coming along.
What exactly? Let me also bring the same question to you. What exactly are you looking out for? What do you think is the outstanding thing that may actually come out from the presenters or from the research papers that may actually be presented here in the 3 days?
One major thing we want to do is to exchange ideas. You see, I have mine, the other person has theirs. So we exchange these ideas, then present the research work. And with the findings now is what we will be able to use and see if we can find solutions to quite a number of issues related to our theme. Yes.
And finally, perhaps you have said a number of institutions have already arrived. You may want to sort of name them, what the institutions we have and the ones we're expecting.
Okay. Yeah. So far, we have received Michuki TTI, we have received Gatundu South, we have received Ndaragwa, we have Mathenge TTI already at the campus. We have representation from Meru National Polytechnic. We have Nairobi Technical Training Institute. We are expecting a few from the western side, Sangalo, Sigalagala, Kisii, so all those, and even RVTTI, by the way, is already here, and Arvist.
Thank you so much. Of course, I see my colleague Clement Masombo smile at the mention of Sangalo TTI. That is an institution from his background. But anyway, this is what is happening here at the Nyeri National Polytechnic. They say 45 presenters and research papers that will be presented in the 3 days, starting today to Friday. Of course, Principal Secretary in the State Department of Vocational Training, Dr. Julius Wan, will, in the next few minutes, is expected to officially open this particular conference. It is something that we shall be looking at, some of the interesting innovations that actually will be coming out from here, the discussions that will be following the presentation of the research papers here at the Nyeri National Polytechnic is also something else that we shall be looking at to just see the level of involvement and also maybe to see what the future looks like in terms of research at the technical and vocational training institutions in the country. Brenda.